Yeah.
Thank you, John. So you said it's routine for the chairman to speak to counterparts in China and Russia. And in this context, the statement talked about strategic stability. So it includes issues related to nuclear capabilities. And you said you worked for a chairman. Can you help us understand, usually when these type of conversations at this level happen, does the chairman brief the president or get the green light from the president before such a conversation? Does he brief the president on the conversation, and does he get the green light from the Secretary of Defense or brief him after the conversation?
Yeah, it depends. I know that's not a great answer, but it's a true answer. I mean, we expect a chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff to coordinate and communicate with his counterparts. And some of those conversations are about very specific issues that have very, very high level interest, and there might even be a request made by the chairman to make a call. Sometimes the secretary could ask him to do that, or even representatives on the National Security Council could say, "Hey, wouldn't it? We think it would be helpful if you reached out to your counterpart and relayed the following message." Sometimes the chairman will, he'll be the one that come up with the idea, like, "Hey, I think I need to get on the phone with General or Admiral so-and-so and have a talk about this." But typically, regardless of the impetus for that kind of a call, it is read out. It is staffed. It's appropriately coordinated, and the chairman or the chairman's office will offer a readout of it up the chain of command so that everybody understands it. And then oftentimes, and you've seen this yourself, I mean, the chairman's public affairs office will release a public readout, not unlike the ones we do when the secretary makes calls. I mean, these are important communications. I mean, they don't just pick up the phone to talk about sports. They talk to iron out issues, and so it's important that the interagency have a sense of how that went, and that's very typical.
So the chairman usually coordinates with the White House prior to the conversation, especially if it's about certain topics.
In a typical call, particularly with a nation like China, that would be a fully coordinated conversation, and there would be the sharing of information after the fact.
So the White House, basically, and President Trump back then, former President Trump, would actually know about the conversation before taking place and would know what happened in the conversation. So for him to say if the allegations made in the book by Woodward and Costa were true, then the chairman should be put on trial for treason.
Oh, my goodness.
These are not my words. These are
look, I can't speak to processes before this administration took office. I just can't. As much as I know you'd like me to, I just can't do that. What I'm telling you is typically that when the chairman or the secretary, they interact with their counterparts, it's a function of the job. They have to do that. That these conversations are properly coordinated. That's the way it goes. Now, is every single interaction written down and sent in a memo? Probably not. But ones that are that are of consequence, and they almost all are. They are fully coordinated. I can't speak to processes, previous to January 20th of this year. I can just tell you that how we're approaching the issue in this administration.
Thank you.
Let me get